guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. This week, I've actually gotten a ton of questions from you guys. I wrote them all down, and I figured I had to do an extra Q&A because there's been some pretty interesting ones you guys have asked. Everything from Patek Philippe to Seiko to Rolex, Omega, all that good stuff. But of course, before we get started, customary wristwatch check. Today, I'm wearing the Rolex Hulk. Love it. I know I've been giving Rolex a little bit of flack in videos lately, guys. I own two of them. I still love the brand. I'm just trying to make sure everybody knows there's more than just Rolex out in the watch world. Also, guys, don't forget to check out delraywatch.com. Bunch of new watches in stock. A limited edition Zen 203 chronograph anniversary. A white gold Piaget Altiplano for a killer price, a fraction of retail. A Carl F. Bucher Monero flyback. What else did we get? We got a ton of just very, very interesting watches this week. All on Delray Watch Supply, delraywatch.com, link in the description below. So yeah, guys, let's get right into it. These are the questions. If you see me looking down, I'm just reading on my paper. Kevin XU95 says, "Hey Federico, big fan here." Thank you so much. What do you think of the new Patek Philippe 5212A, a possible future classic? This is the stainless steel complicated calatrava with the weekly calendar. I think it will be a future classic for many reasons. It's a different complication. The dial is executed different in that handwriting style, and a stainless steel complication for Patek Philippe generally is something very sought after. I think if they have a short production run, let's say 5 years or under, it will definitely be massively sought after later. Do I personally like it? No, I find it overpriced and not particularly interesting, but that is just me. I think ultimately it will be a future classic. Seiko Daily. Federico, love your channel, dude. Once again, thank you. In your opinion, what is the most respected watch under $500 excluding the SKX? Well, excluding Seiko generally, because the Monster, the Turtle are all very well respected. I'd say the Hamilton Khaki King or the Hamilton Khaki Field, anything in the khaki range. Solid styling, very good movements. Hamilton, a very strong brand owned by the Swatch Group, a no-nonsense functional watch with an interesting movement for the price point and just executed very well. I think any watch guy, be it a millionaire or an entry-level collector, will love a Hamilton khaki. Pierce_Arrow. They say the three things a man can accessorize with are watches, a ring, and cufflinks. Do you have any thoughts on this? Do you have any rings or links you are fond of? Well, Pierce, actually the way I remember it was cufflinks, shoes, and a watch. I'm not a very big ring guy. I don't wear jewelry. I leave jewelry to the women. I find it gaudy. I don't think it looks good on me. I wasn't brought up that way. Even though I'm in a family of jewelers, we always said jewelry belonged strictly on women. That being said, I know a lot of men wear rings and bracelets, and I'm not hating on that. You're just asking the wrong guy. I won't wear rings. Cufflinks, I don't wear that many cufflinks anymore, but I had some watch movement cufflinks I liked, and I love lapis lazuli. I don't really know how to pronounce that. It's a beautiful stone. That is kind of were my favorite cufflinks, those and the watch movement ones. Watches, obviously, we love watches, but also I'm a big believer in shoes. I think a nice pair of shoes can pull together an outfit particularly well. It's not easy for a man to accessorize. We don't have the options that women do, which is why when I think we have that one accessory, usually the watch, I based my entire hobby around it. I talk about them, I analyze them, I give you my thoughts. Maybe it's because we don't really have that many options. Rig Gabriele says, why are thin watches so underrated? Well, Gabriele, back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, even before that, Thinness was considered the ultimate complication. Piaget and Jaeger built reputations based on ultra-thin watches. Micromechanics are extremely difficult to make, and honestly, it's a challenge for a company to make an ultra-thin watch. Why do I think they're so underrated now? It's just the fashion. Bigger watches are in vogue. Bigger watches are in style. Ultra thin kind of goes against the grain in terms of fashion trends. It's unfortunate because in terms of watchmaking, ultra thin is awesome. Olofizami says, "Hey Fed, thinking about getting a new watch, Speedmaster Moonwatch or Tudor Black Bay 58." 100% Speedmaster Moonwatch. No hate against the Black Bay 58. I think it's a very handsome watch. Love the movement, but the Moonwatch, the Speedy, is, first of all, it's more complicated movement. It's a manual wind chronograph, which belongs in most high-end collectors' collections. It's a watch with a ton of history, and it's priced right. I think all around, the Omega is the better watch. M. Derula. "Hey, Fed." I think this is Matt. Matt, I think you bought a watch for me. if that's you, thank you. "Hey, Fed. Thoughts on pre-Georges Kern IWC?" That's the CEO. He's now CEO of Breitling, but he was the CEO of IWC. "Thoughts on pre-Georges Kern IWC? I'm particularly interested in your perspective on the GST perpetual calendar and value proposition." That's a fantastic watch. Back then, IWC was building perpetual calendars with their crown system. Everything could be adjusted to the crown, built on top of Valjoux 7750s. So while still high horology, not entirely in-house, but it kept the prices down. Now a GST perpetual calendar could be had under $8,000, and that is a fantastic watch from a very high-end brand. How can you go wrong? That's it for today. Guys, thank you to everybody who participated. I hope you enjoyed it, and please don't forget to give a thumbs up. That way you can help the video out. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any content. Guys, thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.